Hello students, I hope you all are fine and healthy. We are reading chapter number 3, Atoms and Molecules. So today we will learn about molecules. In our previous video, we have learned that molecules can be formed in two ways. First is by the combination of atoms of same type. When the atoms of same type combines, they forms molecules of elements. Whereas the another type is by the combination of atoms of different types. So when the atoms of different types combine, they forms molecules of compounds. So first we will learn about molecules of elements. Molecules of an element are made up of same types of atoms. So when two or more similar atoms combine together chemically, they forms molecules of elements. For example, a molecule of oxygen element, it is made up of two atoms of oxygen combined together chemically, and in short we write it as O2. And the molecule of oxygen, it is known as a diatomic molecule. The word diatomic is made up of two words, di and atomic. It means dia means two, so it is made up of two atoms. And if three oxygen atoms combine together, then they forms a molecule of ozone. So ozone contains three atoms of oxygen that are combined together chemically, and the ozone molecule is known as triatomic molecule because it contains three atoms. Tri means three. Similarly, the molecules of nitrogen, bromine, chlorine, they exist as N2, Cl2, Br2, etc. In case of phosphorus, four atoms of phosphorus combines together chemically to form a molecule of phosphorus. So phosphorus molecule contains four phosphorus atoms that are combined together, and it is written as P4, and it is also known as a tetraatomic molecule. Tetra means four. So it contains four atoms, that's why it is known as tetraatomic molecules. And molecule of solid sulfur, it contains the highest number of atoms. It contains 8 atoms of sulfur that are combined together chemically, and it is represented as S8. So it is also known as octaatomic molecule. Octa means 8 because it contains 8 atoms of sulfur. That's why it is known as octaatomic molecule. Now the noble gases like helium, neon, argon, krypton, they contains one atom in their molecule. So they are written as, helium is written as He, neon is written as Ne, and argon is written as Ar. And the metals like iron, sodium, magnesium, copper, etc., they also contains one atom in their molecule. So they are written as Fe, Na, Mg and Cu. And these molecules of noble gases, these all are noble gases, and the molecules of metals, they are known as monoatomic molecule. Why they are known as monoatomic molecule? Because they contains only one atom. Mono means one. Now the number of atoms that is present in one molecule of an element or one molecule of a substance, it is known as its atomicity. Atomicity of a molecule means the number of atoms that are present in that molecule. oxygen molecule, it contains 2 atoms. So its atomicity is 2, whereas the molecule of ozone, it contains 3 atoms. So its atomicity is 3, and the phosphorus molecule, it contains 4 atoms. So its atomicity is 4, whereas the solid sulfur molecule, it contains 8 atoms. So its atomicity is 8. Now we will learn about molecules of compounds. The molecules of compound contains 2 or more different types of atoms combined together chemically. Atoms of different elements combined together in the fixed ratio, or we can say they combines in definite proportion to form molecules of compounds. For example, water is a compound which is made up from 2 elements, hydrogen and oxygen. 2 hydrogen atoms combines with 1 oxygen atom to form a molecule of water. The molecule of water is represented as H2O. Another example is ammonia. It is a gas which is made up of 2 different elements, that are nitrogen and hydrogen. Now, 1 nitrogen atom combines with the 3 hydrogen atom to form a molecule of ammonia. Ammonia molecule is represented as NH3. Next example is carbon dioxide. When carbon combines with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide. So 1 carbon atom combines with 2 oxygen atom to form a single molecule of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide molecule is represented as CO2. Now we will learn about ions. We know that atoms are made up of 3 types of particles, that are electrons, protons and neutrons. The electrons are having 1 unit negative charge on them, whereas the protons are having 1 unit positive charge on them. And the neutrons, they do not have any kind of charge on them. They are neutral. Normally an atom contains equal number of negatively charged electrons and positively charged protons. So that's why it remains electrically neutral, because the number of negative charges and positive charges, they both are equal. And if 1 or more electron is either added or removed from an atom, then the atom contains either more number of electrons or less number of electrons than the normal atom, due to which it gets electrically charged. Suppose if an atom is having less number of electrons than the normal, then it gets positively charged, because the number of negatively charged electrons becomes less than the positively charged protons. So that's why it gets positively charged. And if an atom contains more electrons than the normal, then it gets negatively charged, because it contains more number of negatively charged electrons than the positively charged proton. These positively or negatively charged atoms or group of atoms, they are known as ions. Depending on the type of charge on these ions, they can be classified into 2 types, that are cations and anions. So first of all, we will learn about cations. A positively charged ion is known as cation. Cations are formed by the loss of one or more electron by an atom. Since a cation is formed by the loss of electron, so it contains less electron than the normal atom. All the metal elements, they forms cations, whereas only two cations are formed by the non-metal elements. Those two cations which are formed by the non-metal elements are, first is hydrogen ion, which is written as H+, and the next is ammonium ion, which is written as NH4 positive. So some examples of the cations formed by the metal elements are sodium ion, that is written as Na positive, potassium ion, which is written as K positive, and lithium ion, which is represented as Li positive. Magnesium ion is written as Mg2 positive, and calcium ion, it is represented as Ca2 positive. So these all are the cations that are formed by the metal elements. When potassium atom loses one electron, then it forms potassium ion, or we can say it forms potassium cation. So normally the potassium atom is having 19 protons and 19 electrons. So it is having equal number of positive and negative charge. Means the positive charge is 19 and the negative charge is also 19. So if we will calculate it, then the overall charge will be 0, because 19 negative charge will cancel the effect of 19 positive unit charges. Now the potassium ion, it contains one less electron. So the number of protons is same 19, whereas the number of electrons is 18. So a potassium ion is having 19 positive unit charge, whereas it is having 18 negative unit charge. So if we will calculate it, we will get the overall charge is +1, because here we can see that the positive charges is 19 and the negative charge is 18. So the potassium ion, it is having 19 protons and 18 electrons. Means that there is one more proton than the electron, to which it is having one unit positive charge, and it is written as K+. All the metal elements, they can easily lose the electron, so they forms cations or the positive ions. And it is not possible to remove more than 3 electrons from an atom, because it requires a very large amount of energy. So a cation cannot have more than +3 charge on it. Now we will learn about anion. The negatively charged ion are known as anion. An anion is formed by the gain of one or more electron, so it contains more electron than a normal atom. Most of the non-metals can easily gain electrons, so most of the non-metals form anions or negatively charged ions. Example, the oxygen atom gains 2 electrons and forms oxide ion. The oxide ion is represented as O2 negative. Now in the normal state, the oxygen atom is having 8 protons and 8 electrons. So it is having 8 positive charge and 8 negative charge. So they both will cancel the effect of each other and the overall charge remains 0. Whereas the oxide ion, it contains 8 protons and 10 electrons. So the number of positive charge is 8 and the negative charge is 10. So the overall charge on the oxide ion is -2. Since the oxide ion is having 8 proton and 10 electron, so it means that it is having 2 more electrons than the proton. So that's why the oxide ion is having 2 negative unit charge and it is written as O2 negative. And it is not possible to add more than 3 electrons in an atom because the repulsion that is experienced by the electron from the anion that is already having 3 negative charge is very large. So any anion cannot have more than 3 negative charge. And on the basis of number of atoms that are present in an ion, they can be classified into 2 types: simple ions, or we can say monoatomic ions, and the second type is compound ions, which is also known as polyatomic ions. The simple ions or the monoatomic ions, they are formed by the single atoms like the sodium ion, potassium ion, magnesium ion, oxide ion, chloride ion. They all are monoatomic ion because they are formed from single atom. Whereas the polyatomic ions or the compound ions, they are formed by a group of atoms that are having charge on them. Like the ammonium ion, it is written as NH4 positive. It is having 5 atoms. It is having 5 atoms, so it is a kind of compound ion or polyatomic ion. So that's it, students. We will continue our chapter in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Take care.